Hello everybody, welcome to another TPD TV lineup review. The last one went really well. We got loads of views.
Oh, is it out?
Yeah, they come out weekly, Mez, actually.
Oh, really?
5 a.m. on audio platforms and 3 p.m. for the video.
Okay.
And yeah, they it came out and it's the #1 performer in ages.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Ben can't be here today. Some excuse about his house. He said his walls keep bubbling up after he's painted them. So if you've got any advice...
Hey, bad workman blames his tools.
Preach.
And he hasn't even blamed his tools yet. He's just said something.
How are you guys?
I feel a bit poorly after Rise. Yeah. Don't know, I just got really bad respiratory thing. Maybe COVID, but I don't know.
Oh, thanks
I'm
for coming
fine.
round.
Brilliant.
Don't worry, I couldn't let you down.
Hopefully we'll pass it on to Mum. Be a Christmas miracle. We had a good night last night, Raz.
Yeah, we did. It was great. I woke up at 2 p.m. today.
Yeah, I woke up at 1ish and me and Nance have just laid in bed all day.
Yeah.
Few things off the back of last podcast that I just want to go through if you'll humour me.
Go ahead.
So
Is the first one, 90% of our listeners are not subscribed. Please
Is that
consider.
true?
I don't fucking know. Please consider hitting the subscribe button.
Please
and
do,
while you're there, just next to it, hit the like
why
button.
not?
Why not? It's
So,
free. I hate it when people say that.
It's so bad, isn't it?
Oh,
Guess
cringe.
what? Pulper from Sheffield.
I knew it. I knew it.
I hold my hands up. I was
Thank
wrong.
you.
I was quite adamant that they weren't from
Yeah.
Sheffield. And the #1 comment on the podcast is, this guy has no fucking idea what he's on about.
You
And
gaslit me.
fair enough. Do you know what? I was wrong. What is interesting, and I said this to you, Raz, is, you know what? We have a lot of different opinions, the audience and I. And if we were all the same, the world would be boring. But obviously, I'm well into music.
Yeah.
There's no debate about that. It's clear. And I love being from Yorkshire. And in particular, I love Sheffield. Pulp have never come up in a conversation to me, ever. Have you ever, whenever talking about music export from Yorkshire, not one person has ever mentioned
No,
Pulp?
I only knew it because it did come up in conversation when I was specifically talking about tramlines with
Let me
someone
guess your
else.
reaction. You were like, Pulp from Sheffield, fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had no idea. They're never in the conversation.
They
No.
don't advertise themselves as a Yorkshire band, and
I thought they were from down south.
Yeah, I feel that any band or anyone from Yorkshire is very proud of where they're from, and will put that at the forefront of their music and their identity. But I see Pulp as I don't know, just another band from down south. To be
I
fair,
thought they were from down
Yeah.
south, but hey, I was wrong, and I'll hold my hands up
I
there.
appreciate that.
Second one, some people were upset that I'd said that all EDM kind of blends into one. Look, I'm not speaking from a lack of experience. I've been to Tomorrowland. I've been to EDC. I've been to Tomorrowland Winter. I've been to Rise. I've been to Snowbombing. I do appreciate the good parts of some of those artists. But I have also seen David Guetta and Calvin Harris stand there and do fuck all for 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's
And
the
they're
thing.
your big ones. They're carrying the torch of the genre. So to say that I'm wrong when I'm just basing that off literal first-hand experience.
And it's an opinion as well, and I think everyone needs to remember that we can all have different opinions, and that's okay. And no one's more right than anyone else.
I'm probably a bit more right.
But something we can all agree upon. Going to see David Guetta live is shit.
It is. We've seen him twice, haven't we?
Well, I had a great time when I saw him.
No, it's a good time, but that is a man that's been paid €3 million to stand and do fuck all.
He's literally got 2 CDJs in front of him. The show is I don't know where the show's running off, but he's literally controlling a fader, and he doesn't even know how to do that. Really, he'll drop it and then speak to the audience, but he'll drop it too
It's
low,
bad, innit?
and it
Yeah.
really kills the vibe.
It is.
But then he'll leave it there, and he'll. Yeah, he's just really bad at
Yeah,
it.
and obviously there's a lot more to that, electronic dance music than David Guetta, and we've seen some great ones like Headaches. Incredible
was
is
great.
Headaches. I don't know.
I
you didn't
wasn't
see
there,
it.
but
Headaches is
yeah.
great, and there's a hype man, and he's doing some tinkering with his. With
You go
his
see
stuff.
Chasing Status.
But
You know what? We've got no qualms over a drum and bass act.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But even watching Chasing Status, someone was like, Chasing Status is good, and I was like, yeah. When we're watching them, I was like, yeah, it's a shame that only one of them's there, and they didn't even realize that only one of them was there.
Yeah.
And I said in the last podcast, people don't realize what's they don't care what's in front of them.
No, it's like
And
listening to music in a club or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
And
exactly.
someone
lights
was
there,
like,
there's
just
music.
because
Better
just
speaker
because you
system.
wouldn't notice doesn't mean that we. It's like, no, first-hand experience. Someone didn't notice.
Yeah.
Next thing, someone mentioned that I apparently made a snide comment about
You.
about the crew.
Well,
So I don't know what this is about, but apparently I think I'd said something like, "Oh, that'd be really good with like me, you, Vals, and Chalk, for example." And someone was a bit triggered that like I'd excluded someone. Whenever I say something like that, it's just based on like
experience.
let's say we were talking about an EDM festival. I would probably automatically default to that would be great with the same people I went to Tomorrowland with.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean fuck you, Mary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. If we're not offended, then
Yeah, but someone was like, "These are meant to be your mates." Like, what's with the snide comments?
There's a lot of
You're reading way too into
oh
that.
god, I haven't looked at any comments.
there's a lot
I
of
don't-
people being offended on other people's behalf.
Yeah, there really
in this
is
world,
this
I
year.
think.
The comments are great on the podcast. Thanks so much for engaging, and I'm in the comments, having a discussion, and it's good. And I'm not moaning about this stuff. I just wanted to clear some stuff up. And also, we spent a lot of time looking at that Coachella lineup last week, and we realised that it is really good. And we're gonna go again. We're gonna go with a really small crew.
It turns out it's on a bank holiday. What else are you gonna fucking do?
So
yeah,
we're
literally,
gonna,
2 days annual leave is all that you need to go.
So
it's going to be a real flying
The
visit.
question is, if you're in the UK and you can afford it, of course, why don't you just go?
We'll see you out there.
Yeah.
Right then, let's get into the lineups. I do want to say, I feel like maybe that's a bit of a negative start. I didn't mean to start negative. I just wanted to, just like having the discussion.
No, you're addressing.
Thanks for everyone for engaging, whether positive or negative, or and most importantly for laughing at me for being a fucking idiot, and not knowing pulp. We're from Sheffield. Should we get started then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's your first one, gang.
Oh, brilliant festival.
It is great.
Outbreak. That just, you could have said, who do you think should headline Outbreak next year? And I just said, yeah, Notch Loose probably, yeah. And that'll sell some tickets.
Absolutely.
I'm just never sure if it's got a bit of the Leeds and Reading syndrome. Are they just booking an act because they're just relevant and like they got...
No, I think this is a place that really takes its music seriously. And I think their credibility is their everything. And Not Loose are massive at the minute, but they have also been really big in these circles for a fair few years now. This lineup isn't for me. Like, I don't really like this kind of music, but you can't deny there's some stuff on there that's really good for those kinds of fans. Danny Brown, really popular rapper. So it seems they're doing rap again.
Yeah.
Which was a fun addition to last year's event.
Denzel Curry as well.
Yep. And Sunny Day Real Estate, if I'm not mistaken, Nate from Foo Fighters was in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he goes back to it or not.
No fucking music knowledge, my ass. Eh?
You what?
I know that Speed are a very popular
Yep.
band in that circle.
They are,
Yeah.
yeah. Military Gun, really popular. Again, don't have too much to say about this. The reason I included Outbreak is because there's 2 outbreaks this year, folks. Well, there's usually 2 outbreaks, but there's 2 main outbreaks. This is the second one, and this is in London at Victoria Park.
Oh.
And it's quite controversial because obviously Outbreak people are very serious about their outbreak, and they love the scene and the thing.
And I'll tell you what, we hear a north-south divide.
Yeah, and well,
Fuck
any kind of change, I think in that scene is not going to be super well received. I think this is amazing. I think like Turnstile are one of the best bands that I've discovered this year.
It just feels like you could reflect on it and go, I was about to say like, it feels like they're shitting on the north a bit there, going, the south get Turnstile, but the north, fuck you.
But that's the thing. Even though they're obviously not doing that, like that is what people are feeling like.
Yeah.
What are the differences in dates? Because that's in June.
That's in
Is
June.
Outbreak still in?
Yeah, so it's the day after. It's the day after.
Oh, okay. Because it's strange. Like, why would Turnstile not be at the north
It's to
one
do
as well?
with touring availability.
Okay.
So they said something to the tune of, due to band availability, like we have to do it this way. But I think I think if you're into this, that's the one to go to, the London
Yeah, of
one.
course. Yeah, because you're literally
just for
getting everything.
Turnstile.
Well, you're getting actually. It looks like there's quite a lot less on there, but you're getting.
Oh, true.
You're getting Turnstile. You're getting Not Loose. You're getting Speed. You're getting Sunny Day Real Estate. You're getting Danny Brown.
And it does say more acts to be announced. I don't know if the other one said that. I didn't notice it on it.
I think they've done a really good job across the two. Like, let's count this as one. Victoria Park is where All Points East is, so it's a bit of a shit venue.
Yeah.
I feel like the North venue that we went to, it does add a lot to. Maybe it's just because we went there for the first time for Outbreak, but it feels very hardcore-y.
Yeah, and I think when we went back, it still did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did they like leave the lights on and shit? Like, there's not much production.
Can't really remember, mate, to be honest. I don't remember seeing tons of production.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say that there was none. Combined as a double hitter, and a lot of people, might do all 3 days of this.
Yeah,
and
at least you
I
can.
think that'd be great to
All
do.
3?
Yeah, because the first one's 2 days.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Or
Because
maybe
you have
even
the
3
wrap
days.
day. So that's like the
okay.
Friday.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
it's ticketed separately as well, I think. Like you can buy a ticket just for the one day. Yeah.
It's honestly sick, mate. It's Outbreak, and they've got a great team and a great community. This lineup really not for me. I don't really like any of these bands except Turnstile. But you've got to give this. I've got to base it on who it's for and what it's serving. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Really?
Turnstile and Not Loose. You can't get more.
I'm going to give it a 2 just because it's my opinion.
Fair enough. So, yeah, that's why you're here.
Yeah, it's a hard one to rate this because
You're not the target audience.
I'm not, and controversially, I really don't like Not Loose, even though
I don't either.
I can't stand his voice. He sounds like Mickey Mouse, and I don't.
Oh God, the comments.
I'm sorry. All right, if we were all the same, the world would be boring.
They're from Sheffield. What we're gonna do? So I give it a 4. Raz give it a 2.
2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What we're gonna do? Write our scores down, Mez, if you'd be so kind. But I'm also gonna send these to Ben because we're gonna keep these lineup podcasts us 4, and I'm gonna get Ben to rate these as well, and then. In the last episode of this, however many we get done, we're going to do a little rundown of what was the best.
Yeah, cool.
So we'll move on to When We Were Young.
Okay.
Now, I think there was a full podcast done about When We Were Young, so we don't need to dwell on this too much. I mean, it's a great lineup, to be fair.
Yeah, okay.
You can't argue.
Let's break it down. So, one day this year, they usually announce a day it sells out or artificially sells out, let's be honest, and then they release day 2 tickets so they can put it over 2 days. This year there's just the one day and it's been on sale for fucking ages, so I think it might be on a little downward spiral, but I think that's all down to the headliner is Panic at the Disco, which is, it's so right. Because
this was the obvious next choice after MCR, Green Day, Blink, and whoever else did it.
And bit of music knowledge, Panic at the Disco are from Las Vegas as well, so it's like a hometown.
What? No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
I know. I know.
See, for me, I don't know. I think Panic at the Disco are not that big compared to bands like MCR.
Fall Out Boy last year.
Like, come on.
MCR,
They're definitely, for me, they exist underneath those bands. They're but they're much bigger than a Weezer, an Avril, and an Offspring, so they would only rightfully have that slot as a headline.
I find it so interesting, the fact. Panic at the Disco have got to be the last on, right? They are the headliner, right?
Surely not. Blink are
I know they are literally
legions
bigger,
above.
but like Panic at the Disco is the big one there. Like they're currently on hiatus or whatever. He is on hiatus. He's decided I can't be asked. And like, what? So is it a Blink-182 show or is it a Panic at the Disco show?
It's got to be
with Blink supporting.
It can't be
because that'd be
Blink.
wild.
Then again, Blink played under Green Day, but I think they would understand that. Whereas I don't think Panic are anywhere near as big as Blink.
Or is it 2 stages like
They're
a
next
Reading
to each
and
other.
Leeds? So they're going to be on at the same time. It's going to be a clash.
No,
When we
they're literally next to each other, and as soon as one band finishes, the next band comes on. It's actually class.
Yeah, that's a good.
You don't get a second to make any vlog.
Yeah.
Because it's all time low, Avril Lavigne,
Brilliant.
Sum 41. It's just class as fuck.
It's
great to see Weezer on there, like bands that haven't that I've not seen on the lineup before. It's great to have Weezer.
I haven't seen Weezer in a good long while.
Nice to have Don Broco on there as well, down at the bottom.
Yeah, although Don Broco kind of goes against the whole when we were young nostalgia fest idea.
I think they're just trying to just get whatever they can fit now into that space of like alternative rock type music.
God, never shout never. Wow.
They get some real shite on there. They had 303 when we went.
They also get some...
I'd love to see them.
They get some people coming back as well, so they will pay a load of money. Say, guys, do you want to come back for like a one-time show? So, for example, the Cab are there this year.
Yeah.
The Cab being a band that I used to love in my like late teens. And I was like, I need to go see these. They just never came over to the UK. And now I think they're finally playing the year that I can't be arsed going.
Yeah, I mean, my interest in this festival is totally lost. Like, I don't ever want to go back just because it's such a slog just to go see a load of pop punk. But objectively, it's a great lineup, I think.
It's so interesting because I'll start the rating. That for me is like is it a 4, maybe a 5 out of 5 like lineup for me? But just because it's in Vegas and just because it's when we're young, I just don't want to go again. So my theory on this one has always been, you should go if you haven't been before. It's a fucking great festival, but doing it 4 years in a row, I can't do it. I can't fly to Vegas for that. So I'll give it a 4 personally.
Yeah, it's missing another seismically big band, I think.
Yeah,
if it had like a Green Day on there, and again, I'm sick to death of Green Day, but if it had like another...
If it had a Green Day on there, that'd be really good because I could leave before the rest of the crowds.
I mean, I didn't even stay for Green Day.
I didn't.
It was just so fucking long-winded.
When me and Rich went those 2 days, we did exactly the same thing. 2 days in a row, we're just like, yeah, fuck off.
But if you, like you say, if you've never been, like if we just dropped you there, because I asked you if you wanted to go last year, and you were like, couldn't be asked with the flight.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, it's just a flight, but I totally get it now. Like,
it's just going there for 2 days. I could not.
But if you could just teleport there, you'd have an amazing day.
I'm sure I would, but I think like looking back, remembering last year's lineup and the year before, the year Paramore was there.
Yeah, that was the first year.
Like I remember seeing that lineup and being blown away.
Yeah, we thought it was fake. It was that good.
Yeah, so when I look at this, it's not a bad lineup, but it doesn't hit that the same anywhere near as much for me.
That's what I mean about the downward spiral. Like the hype was there. Like when we did it first year, the hype was there. There was a big reason to go. It was so like talked about. Second year, it was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go again. Third year, now I just can't be asked. But it is good.
I'm gonna give it a 4 still.
Yeah.
The headliners are great. The undercard is all good, and then there's some really good little bands in there. So I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 5.
It is quite often the same bands though.
Well, not this year, to be fair. I think there's a lot of, like, Gaslight Anthem. How the fuck did they end up on there?
They are, yeah.
Asking Alexandra, like...
Taking Back Sunday, just felt like doing it again. So did We the Kings.
Sleeping with Sirens.
Playing White Tees on there.
They're just like...
Sleeping with Sirens, I think, have done all of them, haven't they? They've done all 4.
I'm sure they, yeah.
They do... Oh, I'm thinking Pierce the Veil, maybe.
Yeah.
God, they're such good bands, them too.
Do you know they're, like, becoming big as fuck now?
I mean, they were big as fuck.
But they were like Pierce the Veil's doing arena tours.
Yeah,
Really?
Pierce the Veil, yeah. Sleeping with Sirens can't sell out the fucking O2 Academy, but Pierce the Veil.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
seem like
Holding Absence down there as well.
Oh, is Holding Absence on there?
Yeah. This is what I mean about like getting away from the When We Were Young Nostalgia Fest thing. Like Holding Absence, Don Broco, they've only been around for like...
I mean, we had Neck Deep first year, to be fair. You know, Neck Deep.
They were there last year as well.
Yeah.
They were opening.
At 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Fucking
mental.
stupid. You can't even get in the fucking venue by that time.
One thing that I'm sure is really good about this festival is like it's for the bands. Like just seeing all your mates,
yeah,
like all your mates that you've toured with. Like, I'm gonna go chat with this guy from like Mayday. Like, I imagine Mayday Parade and We the Kings. I imagine for some reason in my head they get on really well.
Of course they will.
Like they're just the same people.
They definitely.
So
will
they're
be.
like, oh yeah, good to see you again. Yeah, remember last year? Yeah, same
again, huh?
Same again next year.
Ain't
Probably.
no rest for the wicked, dude.
Well, if these fucking idiots keep flying to Vegas and keep spending money here, yeah, I guess we'll see you again next year.
What's your rating on that one, Bez?
It's a 3.
Yeah.
Just because I'm looking back at the others and it's not as good.
Bears, yeah.
What was yours, Raz?
That was a 4.
Okay. So
Mine's a 4 as well.
11.
Moving on, here we have a festival that if we weren't making videos, I'd like to return to. Parklife. Now, this is the first announcement. This is the smallest. Normally, if I'm not mistaken, Parklife release everything at once, and they have those mental posters where it's fucking hard to read everything. And
sorry?
this is also
Is that not
pretty hard to read. You can't argue with a Manchester Charlie booking. Like, it's a great...
It'll do well that way.
Absolutely. I mean, it'll sell out, no problem. I don't have too much to say on the rest. I mean, we just watched a bit of Girls Don't Sink at Rise Festival. It sounded like EDM.
They're everywhere. Like, I've never heard of them, and then all of a sudden on every single poster.
It's just, I just don't. There's nothing going on there for me.
Confidence Man. Now, I've heard so much talk about Confidence Man.
Yeah.
And they just toured as well. And from what I saw, it looked good. But we saw Confidence Man at Snowbombing. And it wasn't to shout about. It was just like a mid DJ set. So I don't know if that was a DJ set that we actually went to, and they're normally like a bit different. But
you know, do artists, bands, etc. Well, more in particular, like EDM acts who do like a DJ set. Do they not think about their like reputation? So like when we go see, like let's say for example, where we were at Rise this year. And we go see Chase and Status at Rise Festival, and now we think that is Chase and Status. Just one
like
guy.
That's our experience
like,
of it.
Do they not think about that? Because like Confidence Man.
I mean, that's it. Maybe it was billed as a DJ set when we saw him at Snowbombing, but it was not special. But then the videos of the recent tour, it looks class. But they're a big name. But there's honestly like, aside from Confidence Man, Girls Don't Sink, and Charlie, I hadn't heard of any of them.
Well, I was just looking. Jodie Marsh.
I think that says Jodie Harsh.
Oh, I was going to say, like, what?
I think it's some artists like to just have a slightly different name.
Because who is Jodie Marsh? She's
Isn't
not a
she
musician, is she?
I think she's like a reality star, but I don't know.
She might be a DJ.
Asterisk. But I don't think that says Jodie Harsh there. So it's obviously like a Joy Orbison type where it's taken another name and like put a little spin on it. And I like that sometimes. There's a few more examples of that escape me now, but maybe you can leave some in the comments.
Can I start this off with a 1?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 because of Charlie. But also, like, I'm so sick of the forced overexposure to Charlie XCX as well. But, you can't give it less than a...
Mary, I'm interested to know where you're going to go with this.
I've just never heard of any of them.
What does Charlie... Just Charlie on a festival lineup get? I'm really interested.
Well, this is the thing because I don't care about anybody else on that lineup, and I can't rate. Thinking about Parklife last year, I can't rate it more than a 1.
Fair enough.
But it does say 100 plus artists still to be announced. Now, I'm surprised that they can fit that many artists into 2 days. So that's going to be like over 50 a day.
But they're not like, I mean, gotta be careful what I say here. But artists is a definition.
Performer.
Yeah.
But, it's people rocking up with a USB sometimes. Which is just what we've done.
But what I mean is, like, there's a few stages. Each day there's going to be over 50 artists on each day. Like, how does that... I just don't remember it being that
Some of these will have,
jam-packed.
like, 30-minute sets, I imagine.
I guess.
And I think there's 4 stages. And that'll include people on in the VIP bar and stuff like that, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's a great day. We went for one day and it was class. But this... Yeah, I mean, I literally hadn't heard of them, so can't get more than a 2. What was I going to say? Oh, speaking of Charlie, did you see that they've changed her billing at Primavera?
No.
To now it's Charlie and Troye Sivan.
Oh, Jake said that, yeah.
Which is, I mean, I don't feel cheated in any way.
I'm a little
I don't
bit
care.
annoyed at it.
But yeah, like, people will have bought tickets. I mean, I guess anyone that probably loves Charlie probably likes that Troye Sivan thing. Is that his name, Troye Sivan? Am I saying that right?
I don't know about the Sivan.
Who knows? Who
Sivan,
cares?
I don't know.
It's basically like a double show called Sweat.
Right, yeah.
And that's now what she's doing at Primavera. So he's had a leg up.
Massively.
But yeah, I just wondered what the thoughts were about that.
I wonder how much it'll really change, like, her set list, because he's not really been around in the Brat era. So I wonder if that means she'll be doing less songs from Brat to focus on the songs that she's got with him. And will he do any of his own songs without her? Like, I don't really know.
I think they will. I mean, I don't know anything about either of them, to be honest. But
he's been in like they've done a lot of songs together that you will know.
We've seen him live with Charlie at Coachella.
He came out at Leeds Fest.
And he's got a song, like I know of him, and I don't hate what I've heard, but it's just interesting that they would change that headline slot from Charlie XCX to Charlie XCX and Troy presents Sweat.
Yeah, I wonder why they've done that. She might have asked for that.
I'm sure
to
she
help
did.
Troy out.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, nice.
So that's getting low marks then, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
4 currently. We'll see what Ben thinks. I can't imagine he'll be rating any higher than us.
Moving on, we've now got a total change with Rock in Park and Rock am Ring. Now,
didn't we do this?
No.
We did Grass Pop.
Okay.
We love this festival, both of them.
Yep.
It's class as fuck.
Rock am Ring is great. Rock in Park is also
very good.
It was one of my favourites.
We were kind of set on going back, or at least I was, but then it has a massive clash with another festival that we're going to instead, which is a shame. But what do we think of this lineup on first glance?
I think that the bands under the headliners are surprisingly big, like Biffy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some the what do you call it? Not the undercard, but like in the mid card. Like it's really strong. Like it's more of the same. So like, one thing worth mentioning also is like you look at it at the top. Like you see this poster on Glance and you go, oh, the headliners are Slipknot, Rise Against, and who's that other one? I can't read it.
Probably some local. I'll say local, like a national.
But then you go, oh, that's just the fucking Friday, and then you got Korn, Fallen in Reverse. Like, it's really stacked. It's a really good lineup.
Just think of on that Sunday, and you go and see Weezer, and then Biffy, and then A Day to Remember, and then The Prodigy, and then Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, it's mental. That.
Yeah.
Like, this lineup is exceptional, I think.
Even further down, like, you got bands that I'm very familiar with, Boston Manor. You got, like, if you're a fan of Creeper.
They're cool, Boston Manor.
Not for me. Yeah, they're from Blackpool, you know?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're cool.
You got an Electric Cowboy DJ set, which I'm sure will be interesting.
That'll be very fun.
Frank Turner. Like, that's just all on the Sunday.
God,
and like this,
that is stacked.
It's really stacked. And you could do that pretty much could you do it for the other days? I mean, what's that Saturday saying? I mean,
the Saturday is definitely the quieter one for us, but I mean, it begs the question: why could Download not pull something like this off? Man?
Yeah. Probably because they didn't want to book Slipknot again. Fuck me.
But why not?
I don't know when this is going out, but my God, I'm glad I didn't go to that Slipknot show when we got back from Rise.
Yeah.
So Raz was scheduled to go to Slipknot the day we got back from Rise, and
God. The worst set list ever. Oh, we're not going to play any songs that we wrote before after 1999.
It's billed as an anniversary tour just before someone jumps down your throat. It is billed as an anniversary tour, but I just can't believe how many people cared. Like, it shows how we're so not in tune with Slipknot, because everyone on my Instagram went to those shows and said they were fucking amazing.
A lot of people were annoyed because, like, I get the annoyance because, like, it's billed as an anniversary show, and generally speaking, when you're like, 25th anniversary show, it's of something, but it's just the 25th anniversary of the band.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's or like when they fucking started, and
yeah,
is that Dan?
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, fucking.
A professional would not let a little creak in the background interrupt their linguistic.
I'm not a professional, mate. I'm not getting paid for this.
I think this is incredible. Slipknot, not for me, but massive. Rise Against that's like the Avenged slot from last year, like that. So it's essentially full headline production, and it was great to see like Beartooth last year get that full headline production.
They were great.
It converted me into a fan, and I'm a big fan of this. You're already getting a major headliner, but then he has some other bands, and we're going to give them full production as well. I think it's great, and this would probably be the environment where I'd probably get on with Korn and Sleep Token. But when I'm given no choice and it's just, here's your Download headliners, like a Download, it's like, oh, that's a shame.
And you know what? We had such a good time at Rock am Ring specifically, I wouldn't even care for missing Slipknot. I wouldn't even be annoyed that like, oh, I don't want to go see the headline, because you know where I'd be? In the pit bar.
Oh yeah, there's a bar in there because it's on the Nürburgring.
Yeah.
And there's a bar in like the pit crew area. Oh, it's so sick. But like when you look at this, it really does say to you, like, if you're planning on going to Download or Leeds Fest to see Bring Me the Horizon, don't go to Rock Am Ring.
Yeah.
And
literally vote with your wallet.
It will be cheaper for you, ticket wise, and then put the difference towards a relatively inexpensive flight. If I remember, it's class, guys.
Yeah. And you're thinking, oh, it's in Germany. Oh, language barrier. I don't know what to say.
I'll help you out. I was born there.
Bitter. That's all you need.
Eine Bier big, please.
I'm so impressed with this because the organisers didn't need to put half of the stuff on. They didn't need to pay for half of this stuff.
It's worth mentioning as well. It's an anniversary of the festival. I think it's 20 years, 25 years.
Yeah.
But it's always this stacked. To be fair,
it's amazing. They're giving you so much value for your money.
It's Europe.
It should be expected. Like,
we've just got complacent.
Yeah.
You've got people on fucking online going, oh, this one's actually quite good because there's two bands I like.
How much are tickets to this?
I'm embarrassed to say that, I don't know. But Download's about 350 quid.
Yeah.
This is going to get from me a 5. I would have an incredible time. I'd see Falling in Reverse after... Go on.
€239 for this. That's unreal.
Put your extra 120 quid towards flights.
Yeah.
It's a camping festival, so you take a tent. I implore you, check out Rock Am Ring. They're not sponsoring this, but think how good of a time we'd have, and we'd see Falling in Reverse, and we'd see Bring Me the Horizon, like the shit that we've seen Bring Me the Horizon so many times. But
198 quid.
Good God, that's amazing.
It's brilliant.
That's like Leeds Fest 2010 pricing.
Yep. 5 out of 5 from me, full marks.
Same.
Yeah. I give it a 4 because
it's always one.
Slipknot and Korn, I just can never get on board with. Like really, really good undercard, but those two headliners. Is that Bring Me the Horizon on last day?
Yeah.
Okay, fair play, but Slipknot and Korn, fuck off. Give us.
You're gonna piss some nerds off, man.
I'm getting so angry at the comments.
My Samsung Galaxy's Flip 3 is overheating.
I'm gonna.
Well done, Rock Am Ring. Now we're gonna move on to a festival we've wanted to do for years, but have never been able to, and I believe we're not doing it this year either.
No, I don't think we are.
Or are we? I can't remember.
Maybe.
I don't know. We've come up with our schedule, but I don't know if this made the cut. Hellfest. It's a real themed festival. Apparently, it's like the Tomorrowland of rock. Hellfest have kind of spoiled it for themselves because their lineups are so good usually that anything outside of incredible makes it look a bit mid. And I think this year they've fallen into that mid territory.
Yeah, so again, start with Korn. Yawn.
Am I right? Am I right?
But then, it's a real roller coaster, this one. Muse. Now, God, imagine being at Hellfest and hearing Nights of Sidonia.
I know, mate. People hate hate that we like good music. Man. What do you mean you didn't like Fish 56 Octagon? But you'll listen to Nights of Sidonia? Yes, I fucking will!
And then you got Scorpions, which okay, like
massive in Europe.
What do they do?
Rock You Like a Hurricane is probably the big one that we would.
Hey, I'd check them out.
Yeah, I mean, I've wanted to see them.
Check them out. Yeah, they might be going somewhere. I think
I've wanted to see them for a while. To be fair, and we've been at events with them. As what I mean by that is we've been at festivals that have had them on the lineup, but they're always on like the fucking Sunday or something, and we always run out of steam. Linkin Park, amazing band, fantastic booking. Cypress Hill's underneath them. So much fun, Cypress Hill.
Yeah, makes sense as well.
Underneath that, you've got your Falling in Reverse and Date to Remember again.
I love that that's on like another stage and Falling in Reverse headlining and Date to Remember is supporting them.
Yeah,
that's wild.
It is wild how big.
Are Date to Remember falling off?
I think a little bit, and Falling in Reverse are on such a trajectory. Like that new album of theirs, or most recent album,
what? Him
has done
chatting
so
a lot
well.
of shit is working quite well for him.
He does a great job, and absolutely fair play to him. I like Ronnie. I think he's I think he's playing the game, and I think he's, aside from when he lost that argument with me on Twitter and deleted his tweet, I think he's a top boy.
Oh, and you've got Outbreak Festival there on like middle right.
Yeah.
Turnstile, not loose.
And bands like Dream Theater, I've wanted to see Dream Theater for fucking probably coming up to 20 years now. I've wanted to see Dream Theater. And
Judas Priest.
I've never had a chance. And Judas Priest, if you want your ear holes blowing off.
Yeah.
God, they're really bad. Like, not a bad band, but my God, it's just really loud.
It was loud, wasn't it? It is a good lineup, but by Hellfest standards, I think they've dropped it a little bit, and it doesn't quite scratch the itch for me.
Is that the Cult?
Where? Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to see the Cult, and you can quite easily. They played like York Barbican last year. I've never seen the Cult. No. The Who, I hate their logo there.
Fucking brilliant.
The guy under Korn, Till Lindemann, is the frontman of Rammstein, who I think was in some hot water recently, but I don't know why or what for. But he's getting a lot of bookings, so it's obviously... Is that Skindred at the bottom of the main stage there? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Opening the main stage underneath Apocalyptica.
Oh, God. Oh, you know what? Fair play to Hellfest. They've curated the... Like down to that level very well, because like Skindred on the same day as Korn, that just again makes so much sense.
The Apocalyptica, do you know much about them?
No.
So they start their cello band, or big stringed instrument band. I'm pretty sure it's cellos. And they started as a Metallica cover band, and they just did Metallica cello covers.
That's cool.
And they were class. and now they've got their own songs and stuff. I think they're at download. I'd recommend checking them out if you're there.
Again, like Cypress Hill under Linkin Park just makes so much sense. Like,
it kind of does, doesn't it?
Like that stage with the Data Remember Falling Reverse, and like the staging even makes sense. Like that stage down there with like Sex Pistols, Turnstile, Not Loose, like that. And I know it gets a bit more hardcore, but it is all like real, like in your face kind of music. That
I think they've done a good job, but for a Hellfest, it's a little lacking for me. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, it's completely mid.
Yeah, I'd say 3, just because there's a lot on there.
It's very hard to get a ticket. It sells out like before the lineup comes out every year, and you can't it's a very difficult festival to get to, kind of like a Glastonbury of
okay.
Great place to be that as a festival, isn't it?
Yeah,
were
absolutely.
there three threes there?
Yeah. Moving on. We'll move on to something much more local. Kendal Calling, one of our favourites. I think I've been 4 times now. And I think this lineup's really good. I'm sick to death of Fatboy Slim, but that's just me personally, because we saw him about 8 times this year.
I don't know. Maybe at Kendal, though, like doing a proper headline set at Kendal. I think it would
definitely... It's a great booking.
Yeah, I think it'll do really well.
Cortinas, love them. Prodigy, I need to give the Prodigy some time, because they're at a lot of stuff, including some stuff we're going to. And I obviously know like the big hits, but I've never seen them live, and I should probably...
Have you not?
No, I've literally never have.
We've seen them.
No, some people this year at Leeds Fest went to see them, but I didn't go. And they headlined Download, and I didn't go to that.
Right.
You not seen Download?
Nope.
I feel like I've seen them about 6 times. I'm surprised you've not.
No, I've never seen them.
They've not played at Leeds Festival as well.
Yeah, they played it this year.
They've been at Download the last few years.
I've never seen them. True story. Kaisers, fantastic band to have. Obviously a Thursday night headliner. They're just good fun. Same with the Wombats. Sophie Ellis Bextor's good fun. Saw her at Isle of Wight. Our boy Daniel Bedingfield's on there, Mez.
What a man.
He's touring for the first time in like 20 years.
Hey, I'll tell you what, here's something that might piss a lot of people off and go, no, it's not. The Prodigy is, by definition, an EDM band.
Yeah, absolutely. All
I just can't wait to... I just said that because I think there's going to be a fair few people who will disagree and go, they're actually not EDM, they're this kind of music. But they are. So shut up.
Wombats, good fun. Lottery winners, great, fun time. K's,
brilliant.
We enjoyed them. I mean, there's nothing surprising on here.
Pixie Lott is surprising to me because I didn't know that she was about still.
Yeah, neither
it'd be
did I.
quite cool to see her.
Dub Pistols, we saw them at fucking Beat Herder, and I really enjoyed them. And they commented on the video saying, "I'm glad you enjoyed it."
Oh.
This whole lineup is just like, I could, if I was buying a ticket to Kendal Calling blind, didn't look at the lineup, and you told me everything that's there was there, I'd be like, oh yeah, brilliant. Like it makes so much sense.
It does. It's perfectly curated for Kendal Calling this. That I actually think it's really stacked. Even the stuff I don't really care about, like Kareem Bailey Ray and Maximo Park and Rev and the Makers and stuff. These are great names for this festival.
Starting your weekend on Kaiser Chiefs is a great shout. Then into Cortinas again. Like the Wombats are the UK festival band as well.
Mm-hmm.
Travis is funny.
Mad how he's headlining Leeds, but then he's so far down on this line.
Yeah. Last dinner party, God, they fell off her.
Well, we say that. I mean, I think that's quite a good booking for them. I'm surprised to see like that slot isn't super cohesive with some of the other slots that they've got this year. I think that's a quite high billing for them.
Interesting, Jason Manford. Like yeah. Why the fuck is he all the way up there? Like,
because it's a massive fucking probably sell out O2 30 days.
I know that, but like no one's buying a Kendal Calling ticket going.
It's a family event though, mate. Like it's the latitude for cool people. This.
Yeah, this isn't.
I think he should be kind of kept a bit separate though from like the music.
Yeah, but if you'd paid 150 grand for him to do 90 minutes, then I probably and the rest, then you'd be putting him out on your poster as well. I mean, I'd have a great time. It's looking at it, it's probably the best Kendal lineup that I've seen.
They used to do
that. I've been in the conversation of going to.
First one like you ever went to was good, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't really remember.
Catfish.
Yeah, but I mean it might have been. I think this is good. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5.
3 for me. It's all right.
Yeah, it's 3.
What are you drinking?
What a Cafe Nero caramel latte.
Way too late for a caramel
luxury.
latte.
I've only been up since 2 p.m. mate. So right now in my head it's like about midday. I'm getting ready for my lunch.
God, I'm so hungover today. Yeah, I'm fucked, man.
Must be the double vodka orange juice drink.
This is annoying. Let's take a little. How long we got? We got 15 minutes. Key Club have stopped doing orange juice.
Why?
And they do orange juice drink, and it comes in a carton. So Raz ordered us a double vodka orange last night. Thanks, Raz. And it's like juice drink. It's like squash.
Yeah.
Like they must have orange juice. So when I went up, I asked a few qualifiers. I was like, "Hi there, do you have fresh orange juice?" She goes, "Yeah."
What?
She goes, "Yeah."
What do you want?
So I was like, "Amazing. Can I have 2 double vodka and fresh orange juice, please?" And she's really nice, of course, as all the staff in there usually are. And brings the carton over. Not because I'd made a thing of it, but just she just brought the carton over to make it. So I was like, excellent, I see what I'm getting. And even on the carton, it's juice drink. They've even put it in a little carton that makes it look like fresh orange.
I wonder why they've done that, because it's not expensive,
it's
is
not,
it, to get fresh orange juice?
I mean,
no,
like,
but
in a carton.
Even if it is expensive, we're paying like fucking £6 a go for it.
It's cheaper. Orange juice drink is cheaper. It's basically just fucking cordial, is what that is.
Yeah, it's got a weaper taste.
I'll bring my own.
Yeah.
What a great night though, man.
But then I switched to the vodka cranberry.
It was shit.
Cranberry is always cranberry juice drink.
It was more watered down than any cranberry juice I've ever had that last night. Anyway.
Shrinkflation in it, you know what I mean?
Moving on. We have Mad Cool. Now this just announced this week. And
they're all starting to look the same, because I just looked at this and thought, fucking hell, I've seen this.
Well, I mean,
it did get posted in the chat. So.
I disagree. I think this is quite a good snapshot of the best of the rest. Kings of Leon, as far as I've seen, are only doing, is it Victorious so far that we've kind of looked at, and Olivia is only doing Roskilde, but I think this is good. Like I really like Olivia Rodrigo, Kings of Leon, and Noah.
You like Kings of Leon?
I do, and
They're
this is a big misconception.
Say that again. Say what you said.
You know what I said. Just make
you really like Olivia, Kings of Leon, and Noah Carl.
Yeah.
God, you're boring.
You're
so boring.
You're the kind of tourist I'd want to go home. Great festival list. They just don't want you there. I think this is great. And do you know what? Alanis Morissette, great booking. You can be damn sure she'll be at Glastonbury in some capacity. Weezer, brilliant.
What have Weezer got going on? I'm getting really suspicious about how many festivals and shows Weezer have got going on. Literally, they're playing fucking Halifax down the road as well.
Yeah, at the Playing Peace Hall.
Oh,
what have
nice.
they got fucking planned?
A tour, Raz? Are they
Yeah, no,
touring?
what are they touring? Is it a
Same
new
with
album?
Wombats.
They're just
Wombats
shit.
and
I mean,
Weezer
they
are
are.
everywhere.
They're just making bank.
Hopefully, mate, they're not touring a new album. Interesting to see world's cringiest band, 30 Seconds to Mars, quite low down on this lineup.
Yeah, pitch down all the songs because he can't sing them
they're
anymore.
So shit.
And then when he has to scream, he puts his mic out to the crowd. Like, just admit you can't do it, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen him, and I used to really like him.
It's garbage, Mez. Justice, I definitely want to see Justice again.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. In a different frame of mind.
They're not at Coachella this year.
No, they did it
They
last
got
year,
like
didn't
a really strong relationship with Coachella, haven't
they?
they?
Yeah, I believe so. Kind of like us. Interesting to see Jet on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our boy Sammy Vergie from last week.
Oh, of course.
So again, I see like Sammy Vergie on like the Leeds Fest lineup poster, the latest one, and again I'm just like, oh, like that's the same person I saw at fucking Rise in middle of fucking Alps. Like,
I can't figure out how big he is. He's very
No, I
high up on
can't.
the Leeds poster. He was mid on the Rise poster, which is the smallest festival we attend all year.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of mid on this one as well.
he's just taking what he can get.
Kaiser's, but he's massive. Like, he is
Yeah.
like a super hot name. Wombats are on there. I think this is great.
What party are on there?
Knowing what I know about Mad Cool, it's a good fest. And
Nice holiday as well.
it's
Yeah.
great as well if Metallica's playing at the same time.
Yeah.
You can just fuck off and see
Oh,
them.
God, that was great.
I'm going to give this a
3 for me.
yeah, it's a 3. I can't overstate how much of a fan of Olivia Rodrigo I am. It's one of my favourite artists.
2 for me.
But Kings of Leon are shit live, despite me liking them. And it's so hot and it's such a long slog, this event, that there's not quite enough there to carry me through. So that was a 3. And yours is a 3.
2.
What's yours?
3.
All right. Moving on. Transmit.
Yes.
Now,
God.
Transmit is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Scotland is great.
Yeah.
Glasgow is great. Like, great night.
And it's so nice of them to put most of the shit on that Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've actually one of the few festivals that have thought about the experience of who do you want to see on a Sunday? Do you want to see the really high energy dance kind of good vibe act, or do you want something a bit slow and depressing? And
Yeah, I rate that.
yeah,
50 Cent is such a wild card festival headliner for 2024, but he is incredible. We went to see him last year, and he's so good. And I mean, who doesn't love 50 Cent?
he's a great guy.
He's a great guy. The Script are a decent enough band that like I would definitely watch them and enjoy it.
Yeah, I went to Scarborough to watch.
I wouldn't go to Scarborough to watch them because I'm not,
Because there was a free ticket and know what else going
I'm
on.
not that way inclined, but I would definitely go and see him. I remember The Man That Can't Be Moved I loved that song when it came out, and
Yep, like,
Break Even's a banger, and Twin Atlantic as well in a Glasgow crowd. Like, you're just not gonna get better than that energy. I wish give Twin Atlantic 90 minutes, guys, please.
Yeah, let them be the main support for 50 Cent.
And then you've got band like Kneecap, who are super hot at the minute. They couldn't be on a better trajectory.
Yeah.
In fact, change Twin Atlantic to the Saturday and let Twin Atlantic support Biffy.
But even under Biffy, which we've not mentioned, best band ever in the world. Fontaines, like, so much positive noise about Fontaines at the minute. And Wonder Horse as well. Like, these are bands that Wonder Horse, Kneecap, and Fontaines are amazing bookings for this event. And future headliners, I'm sure, of a lot of festivals in the UK.
Still don't think I've heard a song.
No, same.
Do you know what? I've listened to all 3 of these, and I saw Wonder Horse, and they were really good. And I'd see Fontaines as well. James Marriott on there, He's Sam's just toured with James.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't even tell you the genre of music James Marriott does.
I need to go to a show, to be honest. I'm sure I could easily get to one when he's touring. But came from YouTube.
Yeah.
And now has a successful enough music career to be touring the fucking world.
Yeah,
so
it's mental, really.
well done there. Should probably have a listen because I'm sure we will end up going to some of his shows.
I'd be up for that. Well, it's one thing that is interesting is I don't like that the script are before 50.
It's
so jarring, that kind of change up of atmosphere.
It means that this real script lovers are probably going to have a bit of an insufferable crowd around them, the 50 crowd.
Yeah.
But then 50's not really for the youth, is he? 50's for the... I mean, he is a person, me, who would have a great time at both, but I do think it could have been better if they maybe put the script on under Snow Patrol.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect
Put Gracie
order
in the white with the Lathams, above the Lathams, and maybe get some more transitional music under 50, like either some EDM or some kind of rap.
Yeah.
I don't know who, but this is amazing. I think this is a great festival, and it's on our shortlist to return.
Good.
For this year because there's not really on that weekend.
Count me in.
And it's an easy win for us.
It's a hotel jobby. You're in a great city.
Yeah.
You
best food, best live music, best culture.
Great night.
Ryan's there. If you like Ryan Turner,
love Ryan Turner.
You're gonna have a great time at this festival.
Bucks Bar as well, like.
Oh, I love it. I can't give it a 5 because I'm just so biased.
For just having 50 Cent as such, like you say, a wild card, it gets a 4 straight away for me. Just because nobody else is doing that. Nobody else is going, yeah, we'll get 50 in for a show. What else is he fucking doing? Is he just flying in for that show?
No, he's doing other stuff as well.
Is he?
Like what?
Is he doing a tour?
He's doing some of his own shows around
cool.
Europe. He's playing the O2, I think. Obviously, big enemies, but the game is touring 20 years of his debut, the documentary. Great record. They hate each other. It'd be great if he was on there as well, though.
Yeah,
because he's playing the Glasgow. I think he's playing like the Barrowlands.
Hey, what if he could?
Maybe not, but
what if he did the Thursday?
Yeah,
like the day before.
I'm gonna give. Do you know what? I'm gonna give it a 5.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying that's the perfect lineup?
I think there's enough. This has done a great job at pleasing me personally, and also being a really well thought out lineup. I'm gonna give it a 5. I think it's fantastic.
Just out of curiosity, if we removed Biffy and 50, what would you give it?
Probably a 3.
Right. Okay, no, I'm
But
just
they're on
curious because
I disagree with you entirely there. If you remove those two, you go to see Twin Atlantic.
Yeah, like
And
I'm
a bit
not a
of-
fan of the white.
I mean, I do change up on this thing. That there's no exact science to it, but I'm looking at this objectively, and instead of looking at it like, what do I like? For some reason, with this one, I'm looking at it as like they've done an amazing job. And I don't have any ins with the Transmit bookers. I have no reason to say anything's good when it's not. But this is good.
It is good, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a 4 because you
Yeah.
are right. I'll give it a 4.
Yeah.
I'm always right.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
What are
But
you
that's
saying?
just because the stuff in white, I'm just not really that bothered about. And
Yeah.
I think they're obviously going to announce a lot more, artists, but the stuff that's on there right now is not really doing it for me. But for 50 Cent and then Biffy Clyro as well.
Oh, imagine if he comes out with Biffy.
For what? What would they do?
I bet he'll come out wearing a kilt.
That would be
I bet he'll
so
have
sick.
some bagpipes in the set.
God, what a man.
He's great,
What a
isn't he?
man, yeah.
What are you saying, Raz? So
It's
we got
4.
4, and 3.
Yeah.
Well done, Transmit. Okay, this might be maybe not our last one. I didn't expect this one.
Fuck's
to pop
this?
up. This is one in
Yeah, this is one. Yeah.
in the UK called Back 2 Festival.
Oh, this is in Sheffield, isn't it?
Is it? Well, careful. I don't know whether or not it is or isn't in Sheffield.
Let me have a look.
I wasn't going to include this because we don't normally talk about these kind of novelty things, but I did. So we're going to talk about it.
It's not in Sheffield, it's in Catton.
Oh, that's where Bloodstock is.
in swaddling coat.
That's where Bloodstock is, I think.
Okay.
We went to Pop World Festival, us two.
Yeah.
Did you come?
No.
We went to Clubland in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And this would be a perfect in the middle. I think this would be a really fun day out. I think you'd have a blast. Now, the layout of the bands, the organisation and billing of them is strange to me.
Yeah.
Because Bewitched, are they... I mean, I know they were big, but like Gareth Gates all the way down there, is he not like a big name?
Is this legit? Like,
yeah.
I sort of...
in my opinion, like in my eyes, I would say Gareth Gates does trump Bewitched. But I think because Bewitched had that massive song, they just automatically are going to be very high up. But to see Gareth Gates...
Cheeky Girls, Goldie Looking Chain, the boys on there.
Cartoons, mate. They had that one song, didn't they?
Where?
Underneath Bewitched.
I've never fucking heard of Cartoons.
No, same.
You have.
What's the song?
Oh, I'm not going to sing it. It's
No, you don't have to sing it. Just what's the name of the song?
Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah.
No way.
Is that them?
Yeah.
Hey, witch doctor, tell us the magic words. We won't spend too long on this, and let's not bother rating it because it's just so.
Yeah, it's.
But this will be class and probably well priced and a great day out.
If you're up for a festival that's not about the bands, it's just about like having a dumb time.
I could definitely do with this being a 1 day though instead of a 3 day.
This is a 3 day event.
Oh my
Looks
god!
Like it,
I couldn't do that for 3 days. Jesus Christ, I could do it for a night.
How much are we saying that we think there is for weekend camping?
I reckon weekend camping at that's going to be
There's camping.
It's going to be like £99. It's on the Bloodstock site, I think.
Who's camping for this?
So the super early bird, if you buy it right now, it's £137.
This has got to be like people with VW transporters go camping kind of thing.
I think it's just for anyone that wants a good time, mate, to be honest.
And a day ticket, so on the Saturday it's £49 and on the Sunday it's only £29, which is interesting.
We should see what we're doing on this weekend and contemplate going to this instead.
We're not here. It's Boomtown.
Oh, sorry, guys. Let's not bother rating this because it just exists in its own
bubble. Means some of those might be at Boomtown also.
Beatles Dub Club were last year because Mary and Jake went to see him.
It was very strange.
Right, we'll make this the last one and we'll talk about the lineup and then we'll talk about the elephant in the room afterwards.
Right, okay.
Not you, Mez. We are talking about Sick New World. So have you ever heard of Sick New World, Mez?
I have, yeah.
For those who haven't, it's kind of like When We Were Young, but for people who... When we were young, like, you're going to have a lot of Android phone users there, but they'll definitely have an iPad. Whereas Sick New World's for people who have, like, an Android phone and, like, a Samsung tablet. It's like the System of a Down, corny type. And I like most of the bands that exist in that space, to be fair. But this is by far the best Sick New World lineup that they've had with Linkin Park and Metallica.
You know, if it wasn't in that font and in that colour, they could make this look like just so much more like approachable and like.
But it's not meant for normies to approach, mate.
Oh, like so, you don't want my money then.
So there's a band there called Scars on Broadway, which is Darren from System of a Down's other band. They got some pretty decent songs on Rock Band. Mayhem are on there, which is a cool booking. I would love to see them.
AFI in the middle is a great one.
It's at the festival ground, so it's in the same place as When We Were Young. And it obviously is very similar to When We Were Young in terms of they've just copied the framework over. This festival just randomly got cancelled with no explanation.
What? As in this festival this year? Next year?
They announced it. They put tickets on sale. This one we're looking at now for 2025. They just said, it's not happening now.
How strange.
And I wonder why.
So how long was it between them announcing the lineup and them saying it's being cancelled?
Several months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wonder what that could be. Maybe
I highly suspect.
Well, not
tickets.
Really. It's Live Nation. It'll be Live Nation, won't it?
It's got to be ticket sales on it. What other excuse would you have? Like, if you want to see Metallica, you're gonna see them in your hometown. No one no one who actually lives in Vegas is going to this.
Yeah, when we were young is definitely like traveling for, innit?
Yeah, like you go there, and you stay there.
Much less people are into like this type of shit.
Considering Metallica and Linkin Park are literally touring. Metallica are constantly touring. Linkin Park have just announced like a big tour.
Can't escape them, can you really?
Yeah. It just it's got to be low ticket sales. Like you'd plan to go to when we were young because of the stacked nature of the lineup, and it's like it's a big event, and it's worth flying out for. This, I'll just see Metallica whenever. I'll see Linkin Park whenever.
Yeah,
a great band on there that I've just spotted though, The Hives.
Yeah, I
did
Hives. Notice the Hives on there, and they're really out of place, in my opinion.
Well, what would you rank that? I'm gonna give that one a 3. The band Acid Bath. That was their comeback announcement. I've never heard a song, but we're seeing them at something this year.
Oh, good.
So we'll check them out. I think they're from Sheffield.
Yeah, I want to give it a 4, but it is a 3. Like, I love Metallica, love Linkin Park, AFI are on there, great. You got like bands like Under Oath, the Hives, really good, but like nothing where I'm like, no way. Like it's decent.
Yeah, 3.
Is it just one day as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That kind of changes my opinion a little bit, knowing that it's one day.
Yeah,
well, it's 0 days now, mate.
I'd love to see Death Clock, and they're playing in London, but they it clashes, and I'm gutted.
Death Clock.
Yeah.
Death Clot or Clock.
Clock, as in from
Metalocalypse. Yeah. They're the cartoon. It's a great show. It's called Metalocalypse, and it's about like this thrash band or like melodic, like death metal-y type band from America that don't exist, but they exist in this cartoon.
Right.
But they're like the biggest thing on the planet, and they essentially like rule the world, and they're just dumb. It's a great show.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the band now tours because the guy who made the show, a guy called Brendan Small, I think, obviously a massive metalhead, and plays all the music. They've got a song on Guitar Hero too. Anyway, that's a lot of things I've said.
So we're sorry, 3.
Put your favourite Metalocalypse reference in the comments below.
Please.
Just so I can have a read through them and go, yeah, it's fine.
I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
There's a great vid where Swiss Guy is teaching, because they animate the guitar, they animate the instruments properly, down to like the fret, at least a lot of times. And there's a bit where like he's doing your lesson, he's teaching like the audience how to play like one of the songs, and it's just animated like correct, like on the right frets. You maybe had to be there.
Yeah, maybe.
You have to be there. You have to watch it in your own time.
I would have given this one a 1, but because I know that it's on one day, it goes up to a 2, just because I thought that's quite a sparse lineup with it only being. So yeah, it's got 8 out of 20.
I was gonna give it a 1, but now I know it's only one day that I'd have to get through. I'll give it a 2.
I just hate Queens of the Stone Age so much.
They are shite.
They are terrible.
They were not very good at download. No. I went to see him. My friend Paddy, you know Paddy, who we met at Download, sorted me out with a ticket, and I went. So I was no money down. I had no reason to dislike it. I went there with an open mind to watch him in Manchester. It was boring as fuck.
He's cringe as well.
He is. He's a real loser, and he got the fucking Download video demonetized.
I know.
And he kicked that lass in the head.
Did he?
Yeah, something like that.
And,
allegedly.
And other reasons,
I don't know any of the other reasons.
I don't know. They're just not good.
Thanks for listening to me hungover, barely being able to construct a sentence. Let me know what we've got wrong in this episode. Please do keep the conversation going. Like, it's good feedback for us, and it's good to have a dialogue. I appreciate everyone for engaging, positive or negative. I appreciate everyone's just chiming in because they care.
Are Metallica from Sheffield?
No, they're from Texas, you fucking idiot. And I'm 100% certain about that. Thanks everyone. I enjoy doing these conversations. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I actually have a good time when we do this.
It's nice and simple. We keep them to an hour. And now we'll send these to Ben and we'll see what he thinks.
Yeah.
And in the end of the series, we're going to run through all of them in reverse order and we're going to crown a winner.
How many more of these we got?
Fucking probably another like 3 videos worth.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So-
And they keep coming out as well. So, well, thanks for tuning. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna try and collect myself because I'm fucked, and maybe have some dinner.
Wingstop.
No, I've had too many.
Wow.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Right. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.
See ya.